Luke Skywalker, hero of the original Star Wars trilogy, all but disappears from the new canon narrative as Disney lightsabers off the rough edges for the new Star Wars storyline. In the older, now non-canon comic books and novels, Luke re-established the Jedi Order, married a hot redhead, and stayed a force-wielding lightsaber-fighting badass. But this new version of Luke Skywalker is more human and way more tragic. Before we get into it, be sure to click the link in the description below to get into this giveaway for a Porg Funko Pop to help stop Porg abuse. Now let's see where in the universe Luke Skywalker has been. After the events of Return of the Jedi, in which the rebels kill Emperor Sheev Palpatine, his second-in-command Darth Vader, and destroy the most expensive undertaking any government has ever attempted, for the second time, the Empire is in shambles. Then Luke burns his dad, sees his dad's ghost hanging out with his old professor's ghost like a scene from Harry Potter. The Rebel Alliance is trying to set up a new republic as a successor to the Galactic Republic, while the Empire claims reports of the Emperor's demise are just propaganda. The Emperor, sweet boy that he was, set contingency plans into motion that on his death his protege would destroy not only the enemies of the Empire, but also the remains of the Empire itself, because in his words, if an empire cannot protect its emperor, then that empire must be deemed a failure. It collapses not only because its central figure is gone, but also because it must not be allowed to remain. A select group of Imperial officers carry out Operation Cinder.
Operation Cinder is to begin at once.
They put satellites into orbit around selected worlds that cause climate problems sufficient enough to destroy all life on the planet. Yep, the most evil man in the universe's final plan was climate change. You should really ride a bike to work. So where is Luke in all this? From the events of Star Wars Battlefront 2, we know that Luke was on planet Pilio to find a compass that was being kept by Palpatine. He encounters troopers who are carrying out Darth Sidious's contingency orders and are there to destroy a vault of Palpatinian possessions. Luke also happens to save the life of Del Meeko, a member of the Inferno Squad, an elite team of stormtroopers led by Iden Versio. For a whole backstory on Iden Versio, check out Dave's piece over here. Probably. 3 months later, Luke is on a mission with Bay. Shara Bay is the rebel operative and pilot Luke recruited to help him on his mission to find a piece of the Great Tree, a force-sensitive tree that grew in the center of the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. The Imperial officer, Shara, is trying to impersonate is missing an eye though, so their cover is immediately blown and they have to fight their way out. Luke uses the stormtroopers' own thermal detonators to blow them up, because thermal detonators are no joke. On their way home, Luke and Shara discuss her husband, Kes Dameron, and their son, Poe. Yep, Poe Dameron. Yep. The Galactic Civil War ends with a peace treaty. Leia gives birth to Ben Solo, and the remnants of the Imperials who remained loyal posthumously to Palpatine disappear into the unknown regions of space. After the war, Luke is absent from much of the political creation of the New Republic, leading to some questioning about his character or motivations. But he's not doing anything bad, he's just out flying around in the universe being the Last Jedi looking for more Jedi lore. One of Yoda's dying wishes was for Luke to re-establish the Jedi Order. So Luke goes around finding destroyed Jedi temples and artifacts and making friends such as Lor San Tekka, a member of the Church of the Force on Jedha. Then Luke starts to recruit potential Padawan. He begins training younglings in the ways of the Force and everything seems peachy. Leia is apparently aware her son Ben is being swayed to the dark side and sends him to Luke's now budding Jedi Academy in the hopes he'll just snap out of it. But he doesn't. Ben does, however, take the name Kylo Ren and murder a bunch of kids just like his hero Darth Vader. I wonder how Kylo feels about sand.
I don't like sand.
He also burns down the temple and joins the Knights of Ren, a blacked-out military group serving under Supreme Leader Snoke. Luke witnesses the temple burning but can do nothing to stop the deaths of his students. He blames himself and cuts all ties, retreating to what is thought to be the first Jedi temple on the water-covered planet of Ahch-To. He leaves a piece of a map to his whereabouts with Lor San Tekka on Jakku. The First Order begins searching for Luke and systematically destroying anything to do with Jedi to prevent a new rise of Force users. One scene in Battlefront shows that Kylo Ren has joined the search himself, torturing Del Meeko to find a piece of the map. Leia Organa, who is now a general in the resistance against the First Order, sends Poe Dameron to meet Lor San Tekka to recover the map and find Luke. Lor gives Dameron the map, who gives it to BB-8. R2-D2 has been crunching Imperial data in low power mode for years, and when he wakes up, he and BB-8 put together a complete map, and then this happens. Side note, that lightsaber is the one that belonged to Anakin, which Luke got from Obi-Wan, and then he dropped it from the Cloud City on Bespin. Well, he didn't really drop it. It was more of like a... From the hints in the trailers and novels, we can theorize a few more things. The Journal of Wills is an ancient Jedi text that is seen in the trailers. It contains information and poetry about the Grey Jedi. The Grey are Force users who aren't swayed by the passion of either side of the Force, but use the powers of both the light and dark sides. When Luke says it's time for the Jedi to end, it may mean that he's decided balance between the light and dark sides of the Force is the way to move forward in peace. The Last Jedi is out in theaters on December 15th, and we'll see if Luke Skywalker stays the Last Jedi for long. Click the link in the description below to get in the giveaway for that Porg Funko Pop. That's really annoying to say. I'm Buddy Hutton on Twitter. Let me know if you liked everything that happened or if you hated it. I don't care. Just tweet me. Thank you so much for watching. I love you.